Hello and welcome to the first Real Quality Wrestling of 2007. And what better way to start a new year than with a new champion? We announced a tournament for December the 16th, which would involve 7 promotions from up and down the country, and Martin Stone, who was yet to name the promotion that he was going to represent. Now, in order to make the pairings for the first round, we held a draw live on December the 1st from the Spectrum Multimedia headquarters. This is how it looked. Hi, this is Len Davis and we're at the Spectrum Multimedia headquarters to make the draw for the quarter-final matches at the RQW Not Just for Christmas tournament, where we will be crowning the new RQW Heavyweight Championship. In this bag we have 8 numbered balls, each of which have been previously allocated to one of the competitors, and we're about to make the draw for match number 1. The first number out is number 4.
Representing 1PW, the man that gravity forgot, Pac.
And he will be facing number 3.
Representing IPW UK, Mr. IPW, Ashley Reed.
So that's the first. The second match will be number 5.
Representing Irish Whip Wrestling, the Drew Galloway.
And he will be facing number 6.
Representing SAS, El Ligero.
Match number 3. Number 8.
Representing Premier Promotions, Steve Gray.
Will be facing number 1.
Representing the Frontier Wrestling Alliance, the Phoenix, Jody Fleisch.
And in the last quarterfinal, number 7.
Representing a promotion yet to be determined, Martin Stone.
Will be facing number 2.
Representing WZW, Iceman.
So there you have it. Those are the quarterfinals for Not Just for Christmas on December the 16th at York Hall. And don't forget, we will be crowning a new RQW Heavyweight Champion on that night. So we'll see you there. The matches will be up on the website. Keep in touch. So the 4 first round matches were set. Let's go straight to match number 1. Representing IPW UK, Ashley Reed versus the man that gravity forgot, Pac, representing 1PW. Let's join Dan Reed and Dean Ayers at ringside.
Introducing first, representing IPW UK, weighing in at 174 pounds from Romford, Essex. This is Mr. IPW, Ashley Reed.
Twisted Genius Dean Ayers along with Dan Reed here once again at the York Hall in Bethnal Green. We've had our rebirth and it's now time to start running with It's Not Just for Christmas here at York Hall.
Oh yeah, great night ahead of us. This is the first match to crown in our tournament, which will ultimately crown a new or an inaugural RQW champion.
Absolutely, the previous RQW champion was the Wildcat Robbie Brookside. He now seems to be on semi-retirement. You can hear the FWA chants against the IPW representative,
Representing 1PW,
Ashley Reed. And tonight we are crowning a new RQW British Heavyweight Champion.
Well, here's a man who's on a roll. Just come back from being crowned the 1PW Openweight Champion. Just come back from a successful first tour of America. What a year 2006 has been, and what a way to finish the year off it would be for Pac if he was to become the first RQW champion, Dan Reed.
Absolutely, 2006, most definitely the year of Pac. What does 2007 have in store? Ashley Reed certainly believes that 2007 should be the year of him.
Well, forget about 2007, we're still in 2006, and there's business to be finished off here, which is to crown the first RQW champion. So we've got Ashley Reed representing IPW UK, based out of Orpington, and Pac, who I believe is representing
1PW. A promotion you know rather well.
A promotion I'm relatively familiar with, yes, based up north.
Worked there once or twice, I understand.
Yes.
You ever met the management?
The management?
Yeah, have you ever met them?
The funny fellas, yeah.
Okay. Bell has started. First match here. Those of you joining us on the wrestling channel, we want to thank you for being here. Keep checking us out every Wednesday night at 11 o'clock.
So why has someone left 3 muffins on our desk?
I have no objection to eating muffins.
I'll never say no to a nice looking muffin either, Dan.
Tie up and a go behind from Pac. This is going to be something they've met once before for IPW. And there's a reversal.
Who won that one? That's putting you on the spot.
That's putting me on the spot.
But very evenly matched in height and weight. They're both 5'8". There's a mere 2 pound difference. Pat coming on the down to the ring, scaling at 12 stone 4. Ashley Reed 12 stone 6.
Pac seems to be in a better shape, and look at the quickness.
Pac is always in fantastic shape, indeed.
As he said, recently come back from the United States of America on his first tour there. Will be going back soon. Also competing for a TNA-style promotion over in Portugal shortly. Going back to America again soon. Lots of promotions, including Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, All Pro Wrestling, all interested in a 20-year-old youngster.
Indeed, and I mean, if you've
tripping over my words there because the action's so fast.
If you've never seen Pac wrestle, if this is your first time, if you're watching this on the TV or on DVD, don't blink, is all I can say, Dan Reed, because you may very well miss something. There's a reason they call him the man that gravity forgot, and you'll find out fairly soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely. The thing about this, though, is this is a tournament, Dean, okay? Which means that usually we'd see Pac go full out, very, very quick, straight from the get-go. But in a night where he could end up wrestling 3 times, does he really want to do that straight away? I mean, that's a lot of cardiovascular, a lot of training that you've got to go through in order to compete 3 times. And at the level of which he competes, I don't think anyone could do it.
Indeed, I mean, that is one of the great factors in a tournament like this, how far do you push things in the first match? If you don't push it enough, then you could end up out in the first round, but you don't want to be in the final and injured. But Pac has got a lot of guys who are bigger than him in this tournament. Guys like Martin Stone, Drew Galloway, Iceman.
Absolutely.
Who he'll need really to pull out all the stops if he wants to beat guys like that later down the line. If he does obviously get that far.
Absolutely.
And so it's definitely a question that we'll find out the answer to as this tournament progresses tonight.
Big back body drop there.
Did you see the height?
Yes. You do not want to take a move like that in the first of perhaps 3 contests of your evening. Irish whips again. Beautiful standing leg lariat, 1 action, first match here.
The thing with Ashley Reed is that he can take and dish out, but he can take a tremendous amount of punishment.
If he could only spell his surname correctly, then he'd be a star.
Oh, you spell yours the funny way, don't you?
No, the correct way, R-E-A-D.
But,
reverse cross body blocker, 10th from Pac, met with knees. 1 step ahead, Ashley Reed.
Oh, Ashley Reed knew what to expect.
Oh, totally. You notice the knees went into the midsection and the back, and then there's followed up by a nice backbreaker. Smart move from Ashley Reed here. Totally stopped Pac. When Pac was running, he was in control. Now Ashley Reed's got control of this match.
Look at the expression on Pac's face there. Really a lot of pain etched across his face. And again, if you want to progress in this tournament, that sort of thing's not a good sign.
Absolutely.
Oh, high velocity leg drop there.
Absolutely. Also, you notice how he keeps picking Pac up and slamming him down, totally taking the wind out of him. He's not going to be able to run or come off the top rope whenever he's in a situation where he just can't breathe.
Definitely.
And keeping hold of Pac now with that rear chin lock and driving the knee into the base of the spine. Fans getting solidly behind Pac.
Well, that's the thing with Pac, you want to keep the guy grounded, obviously.
Well, they don't call him the man that gravity forgot because he's a, solid ring technician.
Well, he can do that as well.
He can do that, but that's not what he's known for.
No, but this is one thing, a common misconception about our high flyers is that they can't actually do, the bread and butter, the basic wrestling, which couldn't be further from the truth, because you've got to be able to wrestle to get your opponent into a situation that
where
allows
you can come off the top rope,
to
absolutely.
do a high flying move. Exactly, Dan. So That's not the case, but obviously in keeping a guy like Pac grounded, you're stopping him from flying.
Forearm shot there. It just rakes to the eyes. Frustration now on Ashley Reed.
Ashley Reed spent the majority of 2006 in IPW UK battling Paul Robinson. They've had a legendary feud. You'll see Paul Robinson here later on tonight in our tag match.
Ashley Reed, vicious backbreaker. Ashley Reed must be rather annoyed at all the attention that Pac has got, because it is quite arguable that had it not been for Pac, this could have been the year that we know Ashley Reed for.
Definitely.
Ashley Reed's definitely had a breakout.
Look at this move though, Dan. Look at this. Our camera's taking you right into the action, right in the heart of the ring.
It's a vicious bow and arrow backbreaker there.
He's a vicious wrestler, Ashley Reed. I'm telling you, 3-year pro, trained by the guys at Drop Kicks. You know, Tony Scarlo, John Ritchie, John Hall. And they're going to teach you how to inflict punishment on guys, that's for sure.
Ashley Reed staying in control of this match, making Pac wrestle at his pace. Pac trying to fight back, still in this. Shoulder charge into the stomach. Forearm shot. Here comes another one. Pac hits the ropes, trying to build some momentum. Over he goes, but no, gets caught in that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Again, Ashley Reed knew what to expect and has stopped Pac's high-flying attempts. He was looking out for that, and you know, he countered it with a backbreaker.
Now what's this? A variation of a Texas cloverleaf there, using the leg. Innovative submission move there. It's like a Texas cloverleaf crossed with a sharpshooter.
Well, Ashley Reed likes to use a reverse Texas cloverleaf as a finisher, and I guess you could say this is a setup. It's weakening the same sort of body parts, the knees, the shins, the
Look at Pac fight. Look at his face trying to get that rope, and he definitely did. Referee Steve Linsky making Ashley Reed break that hold. We saw earlier on in this match, Pac firmly in control. However, Ashley Reed with those series of knees, backbreakers, not to mention rakes to the eyes and whatnot.
Nothing wrong with a rake to the eyes every now and again.
And ever since that point, we've seen Ashley Reed in control, though Pac has been continuously trying to fight through, gain some momentum, and now we're seeing a torture rack backbreaker. Okay.
Ashley Reed seems pretty proud of himself, and I can't blame him.
That was one high-impact move, and if you want to win a match, that's a good way, but you need to go for the pinfall afterwards, and that's something that Ashley Reed isn't doing. Instead, he's mouthing off to the fans.
Could be a mistake.
I'd say this is definitely a mistake. You don't have the kind of year Pac has had. Well, series of knees again. He's staying on top, but Pac was back up to his feet, but you have to wonder if he'd have been up on his feet had Ashley Reed gone for the cover straight away. Look, Pac's now trying to fight through again.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, the year Pac's had, if you've got a chance to put him away, you put him away.
Absolutely.
Simple as.
Onto Goering, while Ashley Reed once again was jaw-jacking with those fans.
And that's not a good place to be.
No, on top rope.
What's this?
Superplex attempt by the looks of it.
Oh!
Did you see the height that they came down from there, Twisted Genius?
That's not the usual way you see a superplex delivered. Usually they fly to the middle of the ring. This time Pac held Ashley Reed up there and just dropped him down.
Absolutely, standing vertical suplex.
Yeah, gravity taking its effect.
Pac now trying to build some momentum. He's got his opportunity now. That took everything out of Ashley Reed. All the momentum that Ashley Reed had seems to have been lost because Pac, look at the look on his face. He fires back there with that awesome forearm shot. Kick to the stomach followed by a forearm shot. Ashley Reed knew he was losing that. Hits the ropes again. Oh, step up into Guri. Pac. T-bone Pacplex.
Oh!
1, 2.
That's not a move you usually see out of Pac. But have you noticed so far, with the exception of that superplex, Pac hasn't been to the top rope. He hasn't flown. He's decided not to take too many high risks at this stage of the tournament.
Absolutely. They're called high-risk maneuvers because you do them. Whoa! Shades of Tully Blanchard. Oh!
But Tully Blanchard never dropped them on their head like that.
Slingshot, brainbuster, 2, 3. No!
I thought that was it if he'd hooked that leg.
I thought we just saw a new finisher from Pac there. That was incredible.
Definitely.
Pac quickly becoming perhaps the most versatile wrestler in the industry. Well, what a match to start for RQW's return here at the York Hall in Bethnal Green.
I mean, this year has seen Pac matched up against guys like Ultimo Dragon and AJ Styles, stars from around the world.
Oh! STO on the back of his head. Concussion number 36, 2, no!
I was going to say Pac won't be overawed by the occasion, but he certainly might have his head scrambled by that.
In a tournament where you could end up wrestling 3 times, you do not want to be dropped on the back of your head with that kind of velocity so early on in the night.
Dan, tell me, when do you actually want to be dropped on the back of your head like that? Never, let alone in a tournament. Let's face it, it's not the sort of thing that you go out and say, I know what I'm going to do tonight.
Beautiful. Whoa, look.
I thought that was 3. That was
I've got to question
close.
the position of referee Steve Linsky on that.
I've got to question Steve Linsky here, full stop. He's a bit of a dodgy guy, a dodgy official if you ask me.
The left shoulder of Pac there was not down. Pac was rolling through. He made Pac have to kick out of that move even more. Whoa! Leapfrogs the charge there. Pac over the shoulder. Oh!
Straight on the top of his head!
That is how you break someone's neck! And the fans showing their appreciation. What a match! What a move from Pac! If Pac can get the cover, this will be over. These guys have been going all at it now for a good 12 minutes.
2 count from our head referee, Steve Linsky. As I said, who made him head referee?
Yeah, this guy's certainly not sponsored by Specsavers.
Or indeed any other optician.
No.
Which are available.
Yes, Boots, for example, you can go there. Okay, side suplex attempt, going to drop him right on the back of that head again if Pac has his way. Oh!
Stamp on the foot, that's an effective enough counter.
Absolutely. Boot in the midsection now, over the shoulder, this is his finish.
Going for the Emerald Fusion.
Here we go, he hits this. No, over the shoulder goes Pac.
Great agility.
Over the top, no. Waistlock, German suplex. He counts, flips up. Ashley Reed does not see it. Tiger suplex, this Pac's move.
That's it.
1, 2, 3.
Fantastic.
What a win for Pac. Pac advances to the semi-final. And Mr. IPW, Ashley Reed, is eliminated. On the bright side, he'll get home a lot earlier tonight.
Well, what's interesting is that Pac didn't fly once. He kept it grounded. He was, I guess, you've got to say he was confident of beating Ashley Reed, but he didn't pull out all the stops. And he's, I think physically looking at Pac there, I think there's plenty of fuel left in the tank.
Absolutely.
Which when
what a win. What a win and what a match for Pac there. The fans getting behind Ashley Reed now, calling him, what's that? Is that loser?
A loser, I believe.
So after an extremely hard-fought battle, Pac advances on to the semi-finals. Let's move on to match number 2, and that was the Irish Whip Wrestling Champion, the Drew Galloway, versus El Ligero, representing SAS.
Representing Irish Whip Wrestling, winning tonight at 240 pounds from Irish Scotland, the Drew Galloway.
And here comes a man who's impressed me greatly last time we saw him here in RQW defeating Jody Fleisch. The Drew Galloway, with plenty of gold around his waist.
Absolutely.
the Irish Whip Wrestling Champion, the Scottish Heavyweight Champion, 6'6", 16 stone 4. He's well put together with an attitude to boot.
As you can see by the amount of gold that the Drew Galloway has, he's certainly intent on taking over this country, and if he becomes the RQW Heavyweight Champion, job done.
Oh yeah. He'll then have belts in England, Scotland, and Ireland. I guess it's just in Wales left to go.
Yeah.
And his opponent, representing SAS, weighing in tonight at 154 pounds from Los Sancho, Mexico. This is the UK luchador, El Ligero.
And new gear from El Ligero. Every time I see him, he's got a new outfit.
Absolutely, the Mexicans, they love how you dress, they love the mask, it's all in the religion.
He didn't come to shake hands with us, Dan.
No,
Okay.
well, he would have shaken hands with me, but you was in the way. Let's face it, you're an ugly man. I mean, it's not like anyone would ever draw you.
You're not exactly an oil painting yourself, Mr. Reed.
Not an oil painting, charcoal. El Ligero versus the Drew Galloway. It's Mexico versus Scotland here in Bethnal Green.
Yep. Nearly a foot difference in height.
I'd say it's quite easy to point out that El Ligero is definitely the underdog, not only in this match, but in this whole tournament.
Now what I would like from all of you English twats
Okay, I need translations. I need translations.
is for you to get down on your hands and knees and pay homage
What do you say?
to the greatest wrestler in Europe.
Go on, Stevie, get down on your hands and knees.
What would he say?
Dear me.
Was
You
that hello?
too, son. You too.
Freedom.
Shut up. Right, I'm here to complete my quest to prove once and for all that I am the greatest wrestler in Europe. What you see right here is the Scottish Heavyweight Championship. What you see right here
How much
is
did you
the
pay for a shot of that
Irish
belt?
Heavyweight Championship.
See, I told you.
And
There's the two
tonight,
belts.
when I bowl over this child and anyone else who's unlucky enough to be placed in my path, I'll be the English champion as well. And since no other European country counts, therefore the greatest wrestler in Europe.
And then he'll move on to the King of Europe Cup.
Did he say something about they'll never take our freedom?
Oh dear, Mr. Reed.
Yeah, they'll never take our
It's a
freedom.
lovely place, Scotland. Where else can you
Mr.
get?
Referee, if you could just ring the bell and I'm just going to disrobe.
Where else can you get deep fried Mars bars, eh?
Checkers Chippy down the road.
Okay. Referee Simon Collins officiating this match. And I think he's going to have his work cut out because, as we've seen before, Drew Galloway will do whatever it needs to win a match.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look who I've just noticed! It's the former Irish heavyweight champion, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy!
Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
How appropriate, Sheamus! Shut up! How appropriate you're sitting in the front row watching me, Drew Galloway! Son, if you just get yourself a pen and a piece of paper, and when you grow up one day, maybe you can be a good champion as Drew Galloway. Sorry, I just had to get it off my chest.
Okay, the Drew Galloway seems to be making a bit of a mistake here because he's paying a lot of attention to Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
And up to El Ligero,
Yeah,
who has had a fantastic year.
absolutely.
Pulled off a lot of upsets.
When you start pulling off a lot of wins, you have to start wondering if they really are upsets. And let's be honest, El Ligero has had a fantastic year. This should be a good match.
Oh, yeah.
I'm expecting a lot from this. El Ligero won't quit.
A real clash of styles. I mean, Drew Galloway, obviously a powerful wrestler with the size that he is, 6'6", 16 stone 4.
Absolutely.
El Ligero, 5'7" and 11 stone. So we've got the lightweight and the heavyweight together. El Ligero representing SAS, a small promotion in London. Drew Galloway representing Irish Whip Wrestling. Now obviously SAS don't usually get crowds of this size. As I said, they're a small promotion, but El Ligero's wrestled around Britain for bigger crowds as well. So he's not going to be too overawed by this crowd here.
Wow, I am impressed by that. What does this guy do to, for weightlifting? He just lift up mountains or something like Scotland?
That. Pats El Ligero on the head. Oh, and across the face.
El Ligero.
Oh, he couldn't register an impact on that move.
Yeah, but El Ligero quickly back to the ropes. I'm not quite sure what the fans are chanting at VE Drew Galloway, but
it's not too complimentary, I guess, by the look of his face.
Yeah, I don't think they're chanting "We like you."
No. Or Merry Christmas.
No. El Ligero onto the second rope, the top rope. He's now taller. Beautiful.
Nice.
Turned it into an arm drag there. Knife edge chop.
That's how to use your height and weight disadvantage to your advantage.
Through the legs. Oh, he's the same. He's smaller than him now. El Ligero with that headlock.
Speed is on his side.
Over the top goes El Ligero. Only takes 3 seconds to get a win.
Wasn't that a song by Take That?
No, that's only takes a minute, girl. I'll sing it to you later.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful drop kick to the knee. Ligero off the ropes. Leg lariat to the chest there, sends him down. Ligero seems to be setting up for something now. Fans getting behind El Ligero, and he was going for that Shining Wizard, gets caught. Quickly put onto the top rope.
And look how easily he gets deposited onto that middle rope.
Yeah, but look how quickly the Drew Galloway was getting distracted by Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. Moonsault from Ligero, 1, 2, no.
Great moonsault press there. That's exactly what Ligero's got to do. We're saying about Pac not high flying, but Ligero has got to take the risks to try and get the advantage over this much bigger man.
He was going for that run-up Hurricane Rana that gets driven down in that sit-out powerbomb.
He drilled him into the canvas.
1, 2. Notice how Ligero straight away was trying to reach for those ropes, trying to put himself into a position where he can't be pinned, and that's what he's doing now. He can't get himself up, so he's reaching for those ropes, which doesn't spell a good future for Ligero if he's having to reach for those ropes to pull himself up. And Drew Galloway is now helping him get up. He's taking him to the ropes, he's choking him out. Referee admonishing a 5 count now on Drew Galloway. Oh, and now bending him through those ropes.
I like wrestlers with a mean streak in them, and Drew Galloway certainly has got that.
Oh, he certainly got that. Ligero now being pulled through, and this does not spell good for Ligero.
This does not spell good.
This does not spell, yes.
Marvellous. What's he doing? I've never seen that before in my life.
That was impressive.
That was great.
Looked good, by the way, is what I was going for. You didn't mind that a 6'6" Scottish man that's built like a brick, what house, standing in front of me. And
a brick outhouse, I believe. It's a broadcastable version, Mr. Reed.
1, 2.
And just a roll out, not a kick out. Ligero in trouble. Drew Galloway has got this match down at his pace now. The high flyer has been grounded, and the deck is stacked against Ligero now for sure. Big forearm.
Right hand in the corner there. Irish rope. Sends him. Over the top goes Ligero.
Didn't seem to have a good landing there.
No.
No, he's clutching his back.
Yeah, everything he's doing is hurting his back, and that's why he's not able to Irish whip. An Irish whip from a Mexican to a Scottish lad. Oh, over the top. Oh, but holds his back again. Hits those ropes. Flying head scissor attempt. Yes, gets it.
Only just.
Only just. And look how he, as soon as he gets back up, he's clutching that back. He's trying to gain some momentum. Wheelbarrow victory roll attempt there. Gets caught. Oh, straight on his face.
He tried his best to counter that.
That's the second time that El Ligero has tried to build some momentum up for his favour. And
oh, look at that.
Deidre Galloway has stopped him, and that was just choking Ligero out and arguing with the referee while trying to cover up. Oh, and look, once again, look who he's talking to. Needs to spend more time on Ligero and less time on Seamus O'Shaughnessy.
No, he's talking to old Mad Eli at ringside there, not Seamus.
Who?
Mad Eli. You must know him.
No.
Okay. Smells a bit, but he's got a heart of gold.
El Ligero on top, clutching to that back, and if he doesn't fight his way out of this, I'm not liking the look. I'm sure he's not liking the look of this.
Well, he's used to being up on that top rope, but he prefers to be on the offense.
Yeah.
And I think we've got a superplex coming up in this match too. Oh, he's just oh my goodness. Delayed superplex.
How high do you think he is? Oh!
He must have been 8-9 feet in the air, Dan. The blood rushing to the head, and then you've got that long drop down as well.
Yeah, the momentum, the velocity, not to mention the fact that back is already injured. That's a tight cover, but
I'm surprised that Ligero kicked out. I really am.
Give credit. And now body weight across the other shoulder this time. And
well, that's the thing, Ligero's rolling out because I don't fancy his chances of kicking off 16 stone 4.
No, if that was a tighter cover, maybe if he was able to cradle the neck as well and a quarter Nelson, hook those fingers, I don't think Ligero would have been able to have kicked out of that. Look, and Deidre Galloway's just waiting on him, maybe setting him up now for the move that he calls the move.
Yeah, the gunslinger or the move.
Oh,
no,
Ligero out of it. Whoa!
Beautiful, but I think that could have taken every last bit of energy.
Flying forearm, Arriba! Shades of Tito Santana there with those flying forearms.
Ah, Tito Santana.
I believe they were also known as the Flying Jalapeno. Oh, misses the Shining Wizard there. Now Drew Galloway charges in, gets that knee stuck, and now he goes after the other one.
And that will stretch a hamstring right out, and Drew Galloway is tied up in the Tree of Woe.
And now Ligero getting the fans behind him. Oh! Okay, the feet of Ligero are now in the back of Drew Galloway's skull.
And Galloway in trouble right by old Sheamus.
Oh, look, right in front of Sheamus is Drew Galloway. And Sheamus, he's spending so much time just being distracted by somersault, plancha, pescado.
He was distracted by the presence of SOS at ringside and got leveled by El Ligero, flying through the air with the greatest of ease.
Pescado there from El Ligero. And now the tide most definitely has turned, and Ligero now setting up for something from the top rope. Flying crossbody, Ricky Steamboat, eat your heart out. 1, 2, oh!
You could see there Galloway was trying to actually catch him, but the velocity that Ligero was coming down with meant that he couldn't hold him, and they crashed down for the pinfall.
Absolutely, too much momentum there on the side of El Ligero. Irish whip, bit of a mistake there from the more powerful Drew Galloway.
I'm talking about they're talking about the momentum. How's that for reversing it now?
Traps his head in between his legs. Going for a pole driver, perhaps.
Well, that's an interesting way of countering it.
Oh, how much did that take though out of Ligero to backdrop Drew Galloway? That's a lot of weight that he just sent over him, and the back is already injured. And Ligero goes in for a Thez press. No, that's a guillotine. He's got him in a guillotine choke. Oh, what was that?
I've never seen that before.
No, it was like a variation of an ace crusher there too. No.
That was a pretty slow count from the referee there.
Yeah, what was that about?
Not that I mind. I mean, Drew Galloway, I'm rooting for this guy in the tournament. He's great.
And now Ligero setting up to the top rope one more time. And Drew Galloway is stunned. He has no idea where Ligero is. He's looking around, searching for him. He finds him because Ligero's hurt on the top rope.
Ligero couldn't get his balance, and how about that drop kick to the top rope? How's that for agility for a man of his size?
Ligero took everything Ligero had to hold on to the top rope, pushes him off, and now Ligero firmly in control again. Swanton, nobody there.
Right on the small of that already injured back.
Exactly, and this could be it. No.
Here we go.
The move.
That time he hits it. That's
the
it.
finish.
1, 2, 3. Good night. And there's your winner, Drew Galloway.
The winner of the match, the Drew Galloway.
And Drew Galloway straight away getting in the face of Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
He's very pleased with himself, and rightly so. A relatively easy victory.
So far we have Pac and Drew Galloway in the semi-finals at the RQW Heavyweight Title Tournament.
And we have lost our representatives of IPW UK, and we've also lost the man from SAS. So Irish Whip and 1PW going through, their representatives through already.
So now we have the first of the semi-finals decided. The Drew Galloway advances to face off against Pac.
You share the passion, you share the excitement, you share the yearning to participate, but you don't share the skills or experience. All the wrestlers you see here are highly trained athletes. You are not. Please do not try this at home.
Now it's time for the true heavyweights. In the third of the first round matches, the Iceman, representing WZW, faces the man who has yet to announce the promotion he's representing, Martin Stone. Let's join Dan and Dean at ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is an RQW Championship Tournament match set for one fall, a knockout or a submission. Introducing first, representing WZW.
Z?
Winning at a Hull this evening. From Bishop Auckland, County Durham, the Iceman.
Oh, this one's just going to be brutal, Dan.
Absolutely.
Iceman versus Martin Stone. These two have had a storied rivalry in 1PW. They've basically beaten 7 bells out of each other. They've knocked the other one out. They've left the other one lying in a pool of his own blood. This is not going to be for the faint-hearted.
No. Hard hitter personified is what we're about to see. Iceman, however, has had a harder couple of weeks than what Martin Stone has.
Well, yeah, at the end of November, he was left lying in a pool of his own blood in Doncaster, and then last week, of course, he was at XSW Gorefest in Colchester.
And he won the first ever European King of the Death matches. He wrestled 3 times last weekend in 3 various death matches.
And his opponent, winning at 230 pounds from East London.
And listen to the reaction from Martin Stone. He beat Doug Williams last time around to get into this tournament. This man is on a roll. We talked about Pac having a breakout year in 2006. You can say the same for Martin Stone.
The future of British wrestling looks good when you know it's in the hands of someone like Martin Stone.
And I'll tell you what, these two, look at this, they're not going to wait.
Oh, they're not going to wait, no way.
Here we go, Dan Reed. Here we go.
This is my style, I love this.
Oh, these two, I told you, they'll be beating 7 belts out of each other.
I do not want to be Chris
Oh, yeah. Iceman just said, that's for cutting me open, you piece of, and let's delete the next word. They hate each other.
This is going to be good.
Oh, this looks bad. He could be setting him up.
Fans of strong style wrestling are going to like this running knee. And you know what the third is?
The cannonball.
It's time for that running cannonball.
Oh! Cannonball in the corner. No one does it like that. The Iceman has got revenge on his mind. Iceman representing WZW from Newcastle way. Martin Stone representing, well, nobody.
No, he has yet to make his decision on who he is representing. The only thing we know is he's representing himself here tonight, and now they're back on the outside, and this is where Iceman is very comfortable, but don't think that Martin Stone is in either. These two just trading ridiculously stiff forearm shots here. You saw this. Oh!
Straight off the ramp.
These two are going to commit the kind of offenses that people are usually put behind bars for in this match.
Oh, yeah.
Iceman hip toss to the floor from the stage. Referee Chris Hatch on the outside, not admonishing a count out, which I'm grateful for because I just want to see these two kill each other.
But Iceman looked, well, Martin Stone didn't look too great himself, but Iceman looks to have been...
Well, from that first clothesline, he nearly took his head off.
Yeah, but Iceman looks to have slowed down a notch.
How'd you break Stone? You sent the Iceman after him with a clothesline.
Oh, look at this, nose to nose.
Forearm. Forearm. Series of forearms, rock solid. Forearm shots there from Martin Stone. Clothesline sends the big man down. Another running elbow. Irish whip Martin Stone, one of the very few people in the industry who can Irish whip a man as big as the Iceman from one side of a 20 by 20 ring to the other. Running knee gets a 2 count.
Stone thought it should be 3, but look at this. Look at the intensity on Stone's face. It took him a while. It took him a while to get the hang, to get the measure of the Iceman. But the last few meetings they've had, Martin Stone has been in control.
There's another one of those big clotheslines.
Oh! 21 Stone landing on you.
1, 2, and look at that cover as well. He hooked the far leg, he rolled over. And Iceman is not happy. And now both men back up and in each other's faces one more time. Oh, snapmare over. Oh, and just a kick straight to the small of the back there.
Oh dear.
Stone's up, snapmare.
Receipt time. Oh! Look at Iceman's
dear.
face. Oh, this is personal, Dan.
Yeah.
This is personal.
Over again and... Oh! That'll sting.
Oh, Martin Stone says no way.
And now here comes another one from Stone. No.
Oh, that's just
paintbrushed his head there.
That's just insulting.
Exactly. Neither of them are getting a clear-cut advantage in this, so now they're trying to insult one another. Palm strike.
They know each other so well, Dan, that's why.
Just rips that. Oh, lariat. He's signaling for it.
Oh, took his head off.
That's it. 1, 2, 3.
My God, that was short, sharp, and painful.
What a match, though. Martin Stone near decapitated the Iceman.
To the RQW Championship Tournament.
Well,
the human breeze block just beat the human ice block.
Well, the governor, East London's own, goes through, and you've got to say he did it in very quick fashion.
Yeah, but
and that's going to hold him in good stead for the semi-finals.
Absolutely, but
you know
what a match!
When I looked at the draw and saw that Iceman and Martin Stone had got each other, I thought neither of them are going to actually make it through to the second round.
That was an impressive win there from Martin Stone, but what you've got to understand is he took that arm pad, he took the L pad off, just ran right through the Iceman with as much force and velocity as you will ever see. I dare you to go to a nightclub and find people hitting each other as hard as what you just saw in that fight. These two just beat the living hell out of one another. but Martin Stone sending a clear-cut message to everybody else in Real Quality Wrestling here tonight. It's not over.
There I was thinking they're going to shake hands.
No, it's not even over. There is more still to come from these two, and I can't wait to see it.
Dan, it will never, ever be over between these two. There's sometimes you get two guys that just hate each other too much, and that's Iceman and Martin Stone.
I'd pay to see that rematch.
So after a short battle, Martin Stone advances to the semi-finals. And next week on Real Quality Wrestling, you'll find out who he will be facing, as well as the semi-finals themselves. The grand final, I have to tell you, is really worth watching, but you'll have to wait an extra week for that. That wraps it up for this week. Don't forget to join us next time, and we'll see you at ringside. Goodbye.